hundreds of Hondurans have set off on a new migrant caravan towards the United States. They left in the early hours of Thursday from the bus terminal in the crime-ridden Honduran city of San Pedro Sula. More are expected to set off later on Tuesday. It comes as thousands of Hondurans and other Central Americans remain stranded in Tijuana on the United States-Mexico border after they walked far, thousands of miles as part of a caravan in October. Last week, United States President Donald Trump warned that the caravan leaving San Pedro Sula on Tuesday would be the biggest one yet. Migration officials in San Pedro Sula said the numbers were impossible to estimate until the caravan set off, as many people only decide at the last minute whether to join. BBC News Online's Latin American editor Vanessa Buschlta spoke with some of those who were leaving from San Pedro Sula and the nearby towns and found that while many want to reach the United States, some are also heading to Mexico. The situation here in Honduras has been bad for years. One tries to make it enough. That's our dream. Because here, even when you do have work, what you get paid is only just enough to eat. There's no way to earn enough to get a decent place to live. There are 4 of us in my family, and we all live in a wooden shack. It's dangerous here. 2 rival gangs operate where I live, and both have tried to recruit me. They try to paint you a nice picture of gang life, but I am not stupid. I do not want that life for myself. So I have no alternative but to leave, because I do not want to get into trouble. God willing, I will make it to the United States. I left with the caravan that set off in March of 2018. I left because this is not a safe place. There is always police here, and gangs, and they are always bothering you. That's one thing. But there's also the fact that you just cannot get work. Some employers tell you you are too young, others that you are too old. Before I left, I'd been out of work for 2 years. I live with my 81-year-old granny, and we are living off the money an uncle of mine was giving us. My goal was to make it to the United States, but when I got to Tijuana, on the United States-Mexico border, the lawyers from Angle People Without Borders, who were advising migrants, told me I did not have a strong case for requesting asylum in the United States. My dad was killed by gang members 20 years ago, but the lawyers said I needed to show that I myself was under threat. I am being pressured by the gangs to sell drugs, but the lawyers say I need evidence of that. I asked them, what am I to do? Take a picture of them at the time. That's a surefire way to get killed. So I turned back voluntarily and have been back here since September. But I want to go back with this caravan and try again. I lost my leg in an accident at work 2 years ago. I am a bricklayer, and I fell off the 2nd story of a house under construction. Since then I have had 2 scratches. I want to leave, because I am not getting any support here. I was promised a prosthesis a year ago, and nothing has happened since. I am not getting any work, because I only have 1 leg. I am living off what my brothers who live in the United States city of Houston send me every now and then. So sometimes I have enough to eat, and sometimes I do not. I want to leave for the United States to make a living, and not just scratch by I want to live with a caravan, because that way there's more support on the way. People can help you. I am asking God for strength to be able to make it on my crutches. I hope I do not get left behind, but even if I do, I will just keep going. There are no job opportunities here. I am from Santa Cruz de Yoyoa, and I have not been able to work much. Now, I am going to join Migrant in the northern Mexican city of Monterrey. I decided only a couple of weeks ago, when Migrant came back to Honduras for Christmas. She convinced me. She says there are lots of opportunities there. I am not in touch with the father of my child. He has not helped me at all with my son. In Monterrey, I am going to work at my aunt's garlic store. I just want the best for my son. The 5 friends from the industrial town of Choloma were boarding a bus in San Pedro Sula towards the border with Guatemala, where they want to join the caravan to Mexico. Juan Carlos, 21, is the self-proclaimed leader of the group, and has promised the parents of his young charges to look after them. We all want the same thing, to better ourselves. We want to find work to fund our studies. My dream has always been to study medicine, but that has not been possible in Honduras because of my family's financial situation. I hope to find work in Mexico and save up to study. Kevin, 18, says, I have already been to Mexico and I know that when you go as part of the caravan, people help you. So I said to my friends, let's go. I had to go because when I was living in Mexico City, I fathered a son. I want to go back for his sake. I want to get a Mexican work permit so I can pay for a lawyer. My son was born after I was deported from Mexico, and he does not carry my surname. I want him to have my name, and to provide for him so that when he grows up he does not say one day, my dad did not help me. Isis, 14. My parents told me to join my older sister in Tapachula, Mexico. She will meet me at the bus stop there. I am excited about getting out of here and seeing a new place. Kaiden, 16. Saying goodbye to my parents was hard, but I am going to stay in touch with them over the phone. My main goal is to help my mom get ahead in the same way she's helped me get ahead. Elvis, 18. I was doing okay at home. Yes, there are youngsters killing each other and there are fights between drug traffickers and between rival gangs. But this is more about my dream, about making it for myself. My mom did not want me to leave. Saying goodbye to her was painful. There were lots of tears. All pictures subject to copyright. A popular tourist attraction has become the latest Chinese company to show solidarity with Huawei's chief finance officer, Meng Wanzhou, who was arrested in Canada on 1 December. Shannon Mountain Scenic Park in eastern Henan province said it would waive the $9.40, 65 yuan ticket fee for anyone carrying a Huawei phone. Ms. Meng, who was given bail in Canada, faces extradition to the United States on charges of breaking Iran sanctions. Her case has upped tensions with China. U.S. Huawei phones shoot grand photos on the mountain. A notice on the Shannon Park's social media account said, "We wish friends around the world who support Huawei's success in bliss." The offer would last until 29 December, the South China Morning Post reported, but it was met with some criticism among China's social media users. who claimed it was discriminatory. Huawei phone owners are being offered other enticements too. They can get a 20% discount at a bar in Beijing. Seen in Beijing, bring a Huawei phone and get 20% off. Similar to this story, we covered yesterday https t COQXL1IYPQL Twitter, Sokrylov. End of Twitter post by @LuoXunji. At least one firm has threatened to penalize anyone buying Apple products. A few days ago, Manpada Shenzhen, based London display manufacturer offered subsidies to any employees buying Huawei phones.